KYKO powering the student education success. What is the main goal of education? The main goal of education is to create a better human being by means of developing the potentials of the student intellectually, emotionally, spiritually, morally and physically to the maximum. Who and when to develop and educate the student? Parent at home. Teachers at schools. Lecturers at higher institution. About KYKO. KYKO personality profile is developed from the body of knowledge from 6 schools of personality theories. KYKO is an acronym for Know Yourself, Know Others, a name adopted for this instrument based on the Sun Tzu art of war. According to Sun Tzu, business is like a war. If you know yourself and others, you need not fear the results of 100 battles. If you know yourself but do not know others, for every victory you gain you will also suffer a defeat. If you neither know yourself and nor others, you will succumb in every battle. What is KYKO personality assessment tool? What is a psychometric instrument? It is a method for evaluation of human behavior whereby a candidate is required to answer a battery of test items made up of traits, type nouns, questions or self-report statements administered by pen and paper or through a computer program via the internet or intranet. Why use psychometric instruments? Incidentally, the purpose of using a personality psychometric instrument is to identify human differences and classify them into personality types for identifying traits and characteristics, strengths and shortcomings, work attitude and aptitude, job preferences, occupational interests, core competences, soft skills profile, etc. KYKO psychometric assessment tool. Developed from the integration of 6 psychological schools of personality theories. They are psychometric dynamic theories of Sigmund Freud and Carl Jung, behaviorism, humanistic theories of Abraham Maslow, Alderfer, M.C. Selland, and Carl Roger, evolutionary and biological theory, social cognitive theories of Albert Bandura, Broder, William Marston, and Skinner operant conditioning. Traits theory. KYKO premises. The 5 dimensions are developed from KYKO premises. KYKO premises are: 1. Human behavior is motivated by need satisfaction and deprivations as propounded by the group of need theorists. 2. Human personality lies in the continuum of relatively static and dynamic supported from the school of social cognitive theorists. 3. Human personality lies in the continuum of relatively normal and abnormal as propounded by the group of psychodynamic theories. 4. Human personality is unique, no 2 persons are alike even though they are identical twins growing up in the same environment, a fact of life. Human personality is a product of our genes and the experiences from the environment supported by all the 4 personality school of thoughts. 5. Human personality is alive. Current and future experiences continually shapes a personality supported by the proposition of Carl Roger that a person actualizes in a healthy and conducive environment and actualizes in a toxic environment. KYKO 5. Personality dimensions. Self-actualization dimension, SA. Measures the traits and characteristics of an individual that depicts the need for achievement, growth, fulfillment and to find meanings in life. Complexity dimension, C. Measures the traits and characteristics of an individual that depicts the need for information, flexibility, change and influence for survival and to satisfy dominant needs. Egocentric dimension, E. Measures the traits and characteristics that depicts the need for power, status, image, recognition, and control. Socio-centric dimension, SO. Measures the traits and characteristics that depicts the need for love, affiliation, companionship, social interactions, and acceptance. Security dimension, SE. Measures the traits and characteristics that depicts the need for security, order, systems, and protection. KYKO personality dimensions. Based on the scores of the 5 dimensions, 10 distinct personality types are identified to recognize pattern of human behavior. 1. High self-actualization, normal type versus low self-actualizing neurotic type. 2. High manipulative, dynamic type versus low manipulative static type. 3. High egocentric, assertive type versus low egocentric, submissive type. 4. High sociocentric, sociable type versus low sociocentric, asocial type. 5. High security, pragmatic type versus low security, adventurous type. Convert personality types into KYKO formula. Formula for high, average and low are assigned to each of the 5 dimensions. The intensity and interrelationship of every trait and characteristic of each personality type are identified for the interpretation of human personality. Self-actualization dimension, SA. Normal type, HSA, personalities with high need for achievement are hardworking and responsible. With high need to find meanings in life are fair, ethical. With high need for fulfillment are enthusiastic and motivated. With high growth needs seek knowledge and wants to improve themselves. Neurotic type, LSA, personalities with low need for achievement are uncommitted and work slowly. People do not seek meanings in life and love moral ethics. People with low need for fulfillment lack motivation. People with low need for growth are not keen to learn. In between, ESA, personalities with average need for achievement are inconsistent and erratic in carrying out their duties and responsibilities. Complexity dimension, C. Complex type, HC, inquisitive, helicopter vision, perceptive, insatiable, adaptable, unpredictable, persuasive, convincing, influential, etc. Simple type, LC, lack awareness, tunnel vision, open, predictable, straightforward, naive, gullible and easily influenced, etc. In between reads respondents who score fair, average and below average of a dimension, for example, FC, fair vision, quite flexible, etc. Egocentric dimension, E. Assertive type, HE, dominant, take charge, status conscious, prestige, confident, respect, etc. Submissive type, LE, passive, gentle, soft, humble, prefer to follow, etc. In between, BE, quite gentle, permissive, etc. Socio-centric dimension, SO. Sociable type, HSO, affectionate, caring, helpful, supportive, collaborative, approachable, team player, etc. Asocial type, LSO, aloof, detached, prefer to work alone, etc. In between, ESO, lukewarm relationship, moderately cooperative, etc. Security dimension, SE. Pragmatic type, HSE, detail-oriented, meticulous, careful, loyal, obedient, etc. Adventurous type, LSE, freedom, spontaneous, forgetful, messy, take high risk, etc. In between, ESC, moderately organized, somewhat meticulous, etc. KYKO scientific approach. KYKO personality profile uses the scientific approach to interpret patterns of behavior. It breaks human beings into traits, personality types and convert them into the formula for each type and assemble them meaningfully to identify patterns of behavior. Definition of KYKO terminology. Trait, the small unit that describes the quality of a person, usually using one-dimension reading of KYKO personality code. Characteristic, combination of traits using 2 to 4 dimensions reading of KYKO personality code. Profile, read the total personality of a person based on the high, fairly high, average, below average and low of the 5-dimension reading of KYKO personality formula. 5 examples of KYKO formula for interpretation. Number 1. HC. Traits. Adaptable, persuasive and influential. 2. HC plus HSA, one who can adapt and influence others and work hard to produce results. HC plus LSA, one who can adapt and influence others to meet his, her hidden agenda. 3. AC plus LSE plus HSA. Trait. Moderately flexible, result-oriented, spontaneous. Characteristics. One with the partial vision and wants to be free to produce results. 4. LC plus FE plus LSE plus HSA. A frank and fairly dominant person who works spontaneously to produce the bottom line. 5. Profile. HC plus BSE plus HSO plus HE plus LSA. A shrewd and aggressive person who takes fairly high calculated risks to influence others to satisfy his hidden agenda. Human capital begins at home and in schools. Young people are akin to young bamboo, malleable and can be easily shaped. Human capital development begins with the parent and teacher. The role of the parent and teacher is to develop a strong dynamic personality for their child. Use of KYKO assessment tool to identify traits, characteristics and other qualities of a student for character building, teaching and learning, parenting, counseling, career guidance, curriculum and co-curriculum development. KYKO identifying the student's areas of skills development. LC analytical skills. LSE planning and organizing. 5S housekeeping time management. LE building self-esteem assertive skills leadership skills. LS attitude change power of self-change. LSO interpersonal relationship teamwork and team building. Character building. Web the KYKO personality profile of the student to obtain the personality code. Identify the strengths and improvement needs for parenting and counseling. High self-actualization dimension, HSA. High need for achievement, growth, fulfillment and to find meanings in life. Observable behavior, hardworking, responsible, trainable, motivated, result-oriented, trustworthy, fair, etc. Example 1 Student Diagnostic Strengths. KYKO Personality Code for Student. HSA plus HE plus HSE plus LSO plus EC. HSA plus HE. Observable behavior ambitious, mental toughness, confident, pride, take the lead, etc. HSA plus HSE. Observable behavior, low risk, cautious, organized, orderly, systematic, precise, thorough. HSA plus LSO. Observable behavior, privacy, introverted, reserved, quiet, etc. HSA plus FC. Observable behavior, quite influential, fairly adaptable, reasonably good cognitive abilities, somewhat strategic, fairly good at analysis, etc. Recommendation. Use the strengths to develop the student's proficiencies, skills, and talents to get ahead and become successful in their career. Example 2 Student Diagnostic Improvement Needs. KYKO Personality Code for Student. LSA plus HE plus HSE plus LSO plus EC. Low Self-Actualization Dimension, LSA. Low need for achievement, growth, fulfillment and to find meanings in life. Observable behavior, lazy, irresponsible, not eager to learn, inattentive in class, lack enthusiasm, lie, cheat, etc. LSA plus HE. Observable behavior bully, violent, brag, hot-tempered, haughty, etc. LSA plus LSO. Observable behavior hostile, revengeful, envious, harbors hatred, etc. LSA plus HSE. Observable behavior fussy, picky, grumble, fault-finding, etc. Treatment and interventions. Parenting. Parents plans a course of actions to correct the deviant behavior. School. Develop curriculum and co-curriculum activities to make use of their nature talents to grow their potentials and to overcome the improvement needs of the students. Teachers. Consistently updating the teaching and learning technology. Match the learning styles of students with the teaching techniques. Counseling, counselor develops a counseling program to correct deviant behavior. Rewards, when the student self-actualizes. Discipline, when both parenting and counseling fails. Punishment as a last resort when discipline fails to correct the deviant behavior.